Yo, what is up guys? So I got a really good duel between 6 Samurais as well as Atlantean Mermail Frogs, which are two decks I think a lot of players really like, and I just want to show them off in the new ban list because I haven't seen these decks as often as I used to, just because there's so many new things. We have the Brandish, we also have the Sky Fang Brigades, there's so many new archetypes, but let's see how these two decks face off. I want to know, before we finish off, before you guys see what else happens, I want you guys to comment and say, who do you think is going to win in this duel? Is it going to be 6 Samurais, or is it going to be the Mermail Atlantean Frogs? You guys can let me know right now. Type it in, and let's continue on the duel. But anyways, what I think is really good is utilizing Isolde in 6 Samurais. Just special summon Fuma, it's really big. And there we have the gateway. And before some of you guys say, oh dude, I should have typed in 6 Samurais, just wait, because of course the replay wouldn't be good if it's just one player goes completely off and the other guy doesn't go anywhere. And it's a really good play between Team Bio and Phaser, so shout outs to you guys for just playing something that I guess is a little bit different here. I mean, not necessarily the builds, but like I just seen Brandish all day. Like I was trying to get gameplay footage of some other stuff, and like literally it's just Brandish all day. I was playing Brandish too. Alright, it just didn't make it to be the most interesting duel. But anyways, Legendary 6 Samurai Shiin, not the best card against Mermails. Obviously, they really don't need spells to function. In fact, there's a lot of people that are running Light of Sekka in the OCG in Mermail Atlantean Sins because they don't even play like any spells, obviously. They're just going really ham with some of their plays. But we've got a bunch of counters on Dojo. We've got 6 counters on Gateway, and we have a look. I mean, look at this. At this point, like there's one 6 Samurai on the field, but we're gonna go ahead and see no 6 Samurais now on the field, and then we have another one. But I think it comes down to Gateway. I mean, dude, the Gateway, a completely balanced card. I mean, look at this board. You think, guys, that okay, like there's a lot of people that are gonna be like, dude, there's no way he can come back. All right, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's not over yet. All right, like you said, Shiin is not like the end all versus the opponent's deck, but this was a really strong turn 1. I mean, really strong. But Firewall Dragon is there to go ahead and get some stuff. And then we have Swap Frog activating its effect. We're going to see the Needle Fiber, and he's going to summon a Fishborg Launcher. And I was like, dude, I have not seen this card. That is some unique stuff. 1-for-1 activate. Unfortunately, that is going to be getting negated. But we have a totally awesome here, and it's going to get its attack reduced. But we also see the Abyss Scalia, and this is where I'm like, whoa, this is really cool, because the 6 Samurai player, I mean, he's just using Shiin right now as far as 6 Samurai monsters. Also, we have Gateway, but I just think that it's kind of interesting to see where these decks have gone, because Mermail's, like, would you guys have thought, like, Mermail's would have made double link monsters? Totally awesome is a card that they can throw out, but I just didn't expect it. And Fishborg Launcher is a card that is almost like the other Fishborg Blaster card that got banned a while ago. Who knows if that card will ever come back, but nonetheless, we see Scalia. So Scalia's going to go ahead and send a card to the graveyard, so it's going to go ahead and get inventory to make him be able to survive a little bit longer. But Coral Dragon is still here, and it has a pretty decent little effect where you can get rid of a card. So we're going to see the Launcher activated. So if you have monsters in your graveyard other than a Fishborg Launcher and all of them are water, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. If you do, banish it when it leaves the field. But it cannot be used as a single material except for water. So it just gives you kind of an extra card. But then we see the white Aura summoned over here, and anyways, when it's destroyed by a card effect, and since the graveyard, you can banish another water monster, then special summon this card. And then we see a Big Eye summoned over here. I'm like, whoa, dude, this duel just got interesting. I mean, Gateway, it had like 10 counters on it. I mean, actually, probably more. I probably had like 25 counters, let's be honest. But we got Snatch Steel Turbo over here. He's Snatch Stealing all day. Big Eye gonna take the other guy's Rodent Totem, but we got the Abyss Pike over here. He's gonna go ahead and attack into the other monster, but Scalia is still here. We see Rhoda activated, and he's going to go ahead and chain Boreal Dragon, reducing the attack of the Abyss Pike. And then we have Solemn Warning activated on the Kageki, so it's not going to be getting out anything. But Boreal Dragon is just proven to be such a strong and annoying card for most people to deal with. But Abyss is going to go ahead and activate its effect. It's going to go ahead and get rid of the Dragoon. Dragoon's going to get its effect, and then we see the Atlantean Prince. It's going to go ahead and heavy infantry popping Gateway, but I mean, unfortunately, there was really no more counters on it at the moment. That card is absolutely insane, though. I mean, at this point, Gateway probably got like 50 plus cards in advantage. Link Karibu going to be activating his effect, reducing Rodent Totem to 0, and he's going to go ahead and attack with the Boreal Dragon. Cannon the guy, top deck, he top decks the Gamma Seal, and he's going to go ahead and summon that Dragoons, attacking over the Rodent Totem over here. But he's just got a Gamma Seal, he's got Upstart, he's got the Soul Charge. I guess he's not opting push. I would have activated Upstart. I mean, obviously it wasn't going to be game anyways, unless you maybe dreamed of something. But we have a Soul Strike and Abyss Gun over here. We see the Cursed Bamboozle, and then drawing into double cards over there. Courtesy of his SLAYDRA engine in the deck. Unfortunately, he top decks into a Moray Brew. Not the best card to top deck into. But Gamma Seal is going to be making game. He lost to his own card, man. That's always going to be super disappointing. But wow, Team Buyout and Phaser, you guys definitely showed a really good duel. And I really haven't seen, you know, again, these two decks in a while, especially facing off against each other. Let me know if you guys were right. I guess you guys would know if you're right, but in the comment section below. But for any of you guys that are interested in seeing both of the deck profiles, I thought that they were really interesting. And also I wanted to mention one quick little thing with Six Samurais is Naturia Beast is probably one of the best turn 1 cards that you can go into right now if you're just going into a blind duel, because it shuts down pendulums really hard. And on top of that, you also have access to getting completely rid of brandish decks. Like you summon this, it's a GG no re. Yeah, Naturia Beast is just fantastic against a lot of different decks, and yeah, it's a pretty self-explanatory card. Just negate every single spell that they activate. But as far as the deck profile, I'm going to kind of go over it fast because we are going to be doing a double deck profile in here. I'll give you guys the Mermail build in just a second. But anyways, cool to see Grandmaster back. It also is a level 5 monster. It's kind of obscure, but Sheen happens to be level 5, and if you guys wanted to, I guess technically, if you happen to have extra link zones, you wouldn't have to use it, but you could theoretically go for this card. This card has Artifact Durandal. This card, and as well as the other card, the Droll and Lockbird, actually open up a really cool combo. I actually might make a video specifically talking about it, but it is a thing that people are doing in the OCG. Artifacts, I forgot what the artifact, what artifact is it? Okay, yeah, we're in OCG. Okay, TCG. Yeah, the artifacts, if you guys didn't know, they recently got changed on the ban list. I think OCG had maybe these for a while, but it was either, I think Moral Attack was at 1 for like the longest time in the TCG. But now you guys have access to making Durandal. Durandal and Droll and Lockbird can actually open up like an instant win in itself, which is basically making this card and then Droll and Lockbird. Basically you just make it so you your opponent needs to activate a card effect that's like basically adding a card, which is pretty much relevant in every deck. But you detach a material from Durandal, and then and each player with a hand shuffles their entire hand to the deck and draws the same number of cards. But when you combo it with the Droll and Lockbird, basically you make your opponent have like no cards. It's pretty OP, especially with the turn 1 play. I just wanted to mention it real quick. It has been getting some small little hype, just because again artifacts are more relevant. It's not specific to Six Samurais. It's just technically possible that you go for a Durandal in here, although it's kind of rare. But I just wanted to mention that just as a heads up for anyone that's playing any deck that can make rank 5s. But anyways. Grandmaster, we got the Shadow of the Six Samurai Kizaru, 3 copies of Kizan, 1 copy of Hatsume, 1 copy of Mizuho, 1 copy of Shinai. Never really liked these cards, to be honest with you guys, but I mean, they are technically cards you can just throw out, and if you control one of them, you just special summon the other one, which can leave you open to more link-oriented plays. Next up, we have Elder of the Six Samurai. We have 2 copies of Kageki, 2 copies of Kagemusha, 3 copies of Fuma. We got 1 copy of Reinforcement of the Army, 3 copies of Smoke Signal, 1 copy of Soul Charge, 1 Upstart, triple copies of Golden Bamboo Sword. A little bit hefty there over there, could potentially dead draw, but obviously with this, you need to play at least a few of them so you get some free advantage. But we got Monster Reborn, 3 copies of Asceticism, 1 copy of Gateway, 3 copies of Dojo, 3 copies of United, 1 Broken Bamboo Sword, 3 copies of Cursed Bamboo Sword. For the extra deck, we got Double Shin, 1 Naturia Beast, 1 Tornado, 1 number 41, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Invoker, Boreal Dragon, Scoldie, Firewall, Trigate, Agshik, Isolde, ×2, and Binary Sorcerers. Now let's go ahead and check out that Mermail deck. And in addition to that, I wanted to mention real quick, Six Samurais was a very swarm-heavy deck, and one thing that kind of destroyed the deck was essentially Max C. Like, if you Max C against Six Samurais, they definitely lost a lot of huge plays, but now that Max C is banned, feel free to go for it. I mean, we're talking about the new ban list here, obviously, so yeah. Oh, I guess let's mouse over the TCG here. Anyways, here is the Mermail Frog Atlantean deck. Pretty interesting to, again, see him actually go for some of like the white Aura Dolphins, because I was like, this is going to be really cool for Mermails, but then obviously, like, a lot of things did change as the game did evolve. But when these got announced, I was like, okay, I could consider them, like, you know, viable in a Mermail deck. But anyways, let's get started. So I've got 2 copies of Gamma Seal, 1 copy of SLAYDRA, 2 copies of Milo, 3 copies of Abyssius, 2 copies of Dragoons, 1 Pike, 1 Gundy, 2 copies of Marksman, 1 Abyss Dying, 3 copies of Swap Frog, 1 Deep Sea Diva, 2 Rodent Totems, 1 Dupe Frog, 3 copies of Heavy Infantry, 3 copies of Atlantean Prince Net Abyss, or Net Abyss the Atlantean Prince. And then we have 1 Fishborg Launcher, which again, I thought it was a really interesting card. I mean, he was able to go for Coral Dragon and then utilize it again to go into like double synchros. And I think that that's something I have not seen anyone use. I completely forgot about this card when they also made a card called like Fishborg Archer, but as far as the Fishborgs go, Fishborg. This is like the best one over here. If you control a face at level 3 or lower water monster, you just discard 1 card, special summon this card from your graveyard. Oh gosh, this card was so good. I don't know, maybe they can bring it back, and definitely Mermails would be amazing. But yeah, we're running a launcher over here, so basically it's almost like I almost want to say it's like a global for like waters. But anyways, next up we have 1-for-1 Regeki, 3 copies of Mermail of Greed, 1 Soul Charge, 1 copy of the Abyssal Cestus. So this is the one where it makes it so when a trap effect is activated, you get to negate it. I always preferred the other one that negated spells. That's just my personal take on it, but you guys can feel free to swap those in and out. We have 2 copies of Strike, 1 Judgment, because it's now legal, new ban list, and then of course 1 Solemn Warning. I always think Pod Desires is great in this deck because it can OTK quite fast. I would just throw 3 of them in, honestly. That's just the way I like it. I like it over Mermail Greed because this is a conditional card. It's conjunctional, it requires other things. Not that it's like it's difficult to use, but sometimes I just prefer it. I know sometimes it can help you recycle stuff too. I don't know. Like I said, I just like Pod Desires in any Mermail build because it's a very OTK heavy deck. Anyways, next up we got White Aura Whale, White Aura Mono Keros. We got the White Aura Dolphin, Coral Dragon. We have Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. We have number 11 Big Eye Bahamut Shark. 2 copies of Totally Awesome. 1 Sarah Yugioh Skull Dread. 2 copies of Biscalia. You know, honestly, it was cool that he made it, but I don't know about you guys. I just don't like this card in Mermails. I feel like it's way too slow, and Mermails definitely need to OTK. Anyways, next up we got the Krishan Needle Fiber, and then we have the Master Boy and Link Ryo to last as the last monster in the deck. But anyways, let me know, guys, what you think of both of these decks. If you guys would make any changes, let me know in the comment section below to either 6 Samurais or the Mermails. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button to see more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels in action and other Yu-Gi-Oh! content.